What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. How do you fix it? Now, on today's video, I wanted to cover a topic that a lot of people ask me about. I talk to people almost every single day about Apple products, and a lot of people are really confused about Apple IDs. So I wanted to give you guys a brief overview on what an Apple ID is, what it does, and how to check if you have one or not. So basically, when it comes to Apple IDs, that is your main account for all of your Apple devices. So you don't have to create a new Apple ID for each iPhone or iPad that you own. You can use the same one on all of them. Now, a lot of people tell me that they don't have one, they don't want one, they don't need one. Thing is, if you own an iPhone, an iPad, a Mac computer, even an Apple Watch or an Apple TV, chances are that you already have an account. You already have an Apple ID set up. The thing with the Apple ID is that your Apple ID is both your iTunes and App Store account and your iCloud account. It's all the same thing, it's all tied in together. So it's one username, one password. Everything you have stored on your iCloud account or all the purchases that you have on your iTunes or App Store, those all go tied into the Apple ID. Now, a lot of people get confused with the username part of it. At least in the US, every single Apple ID has to be an email address. You have the option of creating an iCloud account, great. But a lot of people have already have an email they want to use, like a Gmail account or a Yahoo, maybe an AOL. So if you create an Apple ID using one of those emails, you're basically going to have two accounts with the same username. So you're going to have your email, you're going to have your Apple ID. Now, they're completely separate from each other. So if you reset the password for your email, it is not going to affect your Apple ID and vice versa. So it's two separate things. Easiest way to think about it is think that you have two houses or maybe two apartments and you have the exact same door on each one. They look the same, they're the same color, same brand, but they're not the same place. They look the same on different locations. Same thing with the Apple ID. You have your Apple ID with all of your Apple information, and you have your email with your personal messages and work emails and everything else you want to have on it, like contacts or calendars. Now, with Apple IDs, there's a lot of confusion about what they do and what you can do with them. So when it comes to getting your information stored in iCloud, basically that happens automatically. When you sign into iCloud on your device, it will show you that the account is logged in. It'll have some check marks, like little switches that you can click on to sync that information. But it's not a place you can just go to and grab the information that you need. To do that, you actually need to go to iCloud.com. In there, you have the ability of downloading that information, exporting contacts, downloading photos, and doing all kinds of crazy things with the information you already stored in there. Now, it's not a one-stop shop for everything that you need. Sometimes, and this is something I'll cover in a later video, you may have multiple accounts set up on your device. So let's say you're looking for notes or contacts, maybe calendar events. They're not necessarily in the iCloud account, even if you have one, even if you have it signed in and you have those options checked. There's other things that you need to look at. Same thing when it comes down to purchases. If you have an Apple ID and you download something, let's say you download a song or an application, that will be stored with that Apple ID specifically. If you have multiple devices, you can sign into it. The application or the purchase is going to be there. All you have to do is sign into it, re-download it, that's it. But if you have multiple Apple IDs, which is something I really advise against, you will have multiple Apple IDs. So your purchases, your downloads, your information in iCloud is going to be split between two different accounts and multiple devices. So basically the best way to go about it is to have one Apple ID for all of your devices, and just make sure that you have all of your information up to date. For example, your phone number. If you choose to update your phone number or maybe change your email address, make sure you change it on your Apple ID as well. It's not going to happen automatically, so you do have to sign into it, you do have to update that information, and this will help you down the road to prevent other things from breaking. For example, if you forget your password, you do need to have another device signed into the same Apple ID, or having access to your phone number. If you set up your Apple ID 10 years ago and you never bothered to change the phone number, but you've had 3, 4, 5 different phone numbers over the years, yeah, you're gonna run into trouble. You do need to keep that up to date. Now, in a later video, I will cover how to keep your information up to date, how to keep all of your account information private, and I will also talk about two-factor authentication and account recovery, which is a really big topic. It's something that I talk to people pretty much every day. We talk about it every day. Most people don't understand what it is, what it does. So I want to make sure that you guys understand, what to expect from it. I want to help you understand what kind of security you have on your Apple ID. And more importantly, I want to make sure that you don't get locked out of it. That's the whole purpose of this channel. I want to help you prevent things from breaking. So I really wanted to cover this topic first because there's really a lot of confusion about it. A lot of people think that their email and their Apple ID are the same thing. Most people say, I don't have an Apple ID, but they're signed into it on their phone. So I'm going to show you guys how to look into this kind of thing, how to keep that information safe, and how to prevent you from getting locked out, which is a really big topic. And it's something that, depending on the type of security that you have, for example, for those of you with two-factor authentication, there's really no way around it. It's designed to keep as many human beings out of it. So if you forget your password, or you don't have access to any of your trusted phone numbers or any of your trusted devices, you're gonna get stuck with account recovery. That will take some time, and there's nothing anyone can do to help you. It's you versus your Apple ID. So account recovery will take time. It will ask you for information to verify the account, but it's a completely automated system. So there's really no way that somebody from Apple or anyone else can just go into it, change things, and hey, here's your account. You can do that. That's what I'll show you, how you can fix that, how you can prevent the Apple ID from locking and getting to that point in which you need account recovery. But calling Apple or going to the Apple store or just going to your carrier and yelling at them, that's not gonna do you any good. It's not going to help because they are not able to do anything about it, like at all. There's no option for them to reset the password. So when it comes to that kind of security, there is a lot of confusion, there is a lot of questions about it. So I'll do my best to show you guys how to understand it, how to prevent it, and how to help you understand why you need it and why you actually want it. So keep in mind that this is a work in progress. Like I told you guys before, if you have any questions, if you have any comments, if there's anything specific you'd like to see, go ahead and drop a comment, drop a like. If this is something that interests you and you actually are willing to, go the extra mile in understanding and, getting the knowledge and the skills that you need to get things fixed, to get things done, go ahead and click on that subscribe button. Go ahead and click on the bell to get post notifications. And I'll be, dropping videos every couple of days. I'll try to be as to the point as I possibly can, so you guys can get things done quickly and efficiently. So again, if you're interested, go ahead and click that subscribe button, and I'll be seeing you around.